Jungkook. Just a single name, yet carrying the weight of a global phenomenon. As the youngest member of BTS, he has graced arenas filled with tens of thousands, his voice echoing across continents. But beyond the roar of the crowd lies a quieter story, one of ink, identity, and a stand that would shake the very foundations of an industry. It began innocuously. A glimpse of black ink trailing along his wrist, a single line crossing his skin. But for Jungkook, it was anything but trivial. Each mark was a milestone. The date of his debut, the initials of friends lost to the unrelenting grind, a simple phrase etched in Hangul, Jinsel, truth. When those first tattoos peeked out beneath his sleeve, fans speculated endlessly. Some cheered, others whispered that he was growing up too fast, that his image had become edgy in the wrong way. Yet the most furious objections came not from Twitter or Weibo, but from boardrooms cloaked in fluorescent light. Behind closed doors at his agency, strategies were drawn up. One executive proposed digital blurring on televised performances, another floated delaying his solo album release. According to insiders, there were hushed meetings where phrases like brand cohesion and market risk overshadowed any mention of Jungkook's artistry. The message was clear: remove the tattoos or face the consequences. But Jungkook refused. In an unscripted live broadcast, his hands unclad, the tattoos on full display, he spoke softly, yet with conviction. These tattoos, they're not a fashion statement. They're chapters of my story. If I erase them, I erase parts of who I am. That moment ignited a wildfire. Almost overnight, #InkWithTruth trended across platforms. Fans shared their own stories of overcoming adversity. Former trainees revealed grueling schedules that left them sleeping on studio floors. Some even came forward to describe the emotional toll of being told, "Smile, or you're ungrateful." Major news outlets scrambled. The New York Times framed it as a battle for artistic autonomy, while The Guardian ran the headline, "BTS Stars Ink Sparks Industry Reckoning." In South Korea, conservative commentators decried the breakdown of decorum, yet independent filmmakers dissected every frame of Jungkook's live stream, applauding his unguarded honesty. In interviews that followed, Jungkook peeled back another layer of the curtain. Speaking to a freelance journalist in a quiet cafe, he recalled nights when he could sleep only 2 hours before backing vocals. He hinted at clauses in his contract that allowed the company to dictate his appearance down to hairstyles and permitted digital retouching without his consent, a revelation that sent shockwaves through the artist community. "We're often taught that perfection sells," he said, stirring his coffee. But what if imperfection is where the real connection lies? Meanwhile, the agency found itself cornered. Attempts to spin the narrative, labeling Jungkook's stand as a phase or personal indulgence, fell flat. Instead, they saw sponsors withdrawing quietly and younger idols whispering their support in private chats. One former stylist, speaking on condition of anonymity, said, "Jungkook gave us permission to see ourselves as human, not puppets." That was dangerous for them. Across the globe, psychologists and cultural critics weighed in. Articles examined the broader implications. An industry built on polished veneers was being challenged by raw authenticity. Academics noted that tattoos, once taboo in mainstream K-pop, were now symbols of a shifting paradigm, where idols could claim agency over their bodies and narratives. Back on the stage, Jungkook's performances took on new meaning. Under the glow of stage lights, the tattoos etched on his arms and shoulders moved with him, visible proof of his journey. Fans noticed a difference. His dance felt more liberated, his voice carried deeper emotion. In countless reaction videos, viewers spoke of tears, goosebumps, a sense of witnessing history unfolding live. Then came the moment no one saw coming. A statement from BTS's label, grudgingly acknowledging that Jungkook's tattoos were his personal expression and pledging greater dialogue with artists in the future. It was a concession, thinly veiled in corporate language, but it marked a historic first, an idol's individual autonomy being recognized on paper. Today, Jungkook stands on a precipice, tattoos on full display, a living manifesto for artistic freedom. His choice reverberates far beyond entertainment. It asks each of us, when we look in the mirror, what marks of our own truth are we willing to show? Which parts of our story might we be hiding, for fear of judgment or rejection? Footage slows. Jungkook gazing into a mirror backstage, the incline stark against his skin. In a world determined to dictate the contours of our identity, daring to be yourself is the most radical act of all. Jungkook, with every tattoo, has written his truth, and in doing so, reminded us that the canvas of the human spirit cannot, and should not, be erased. Closing. Gentle piano notes, montage of fans holding up signs reading, "Be you," and "Inked with Truth." Like if you believe in the power of self-expression. Subscribe for more stories of courage behind the spotlight.